hello there, YouTube. Oh man, we might have to drive out on the highway here a little bit and see how well the Cena tube works on the mountain. I didn't think about the mountain sticking out today. It was beautiful this morning, then it turned all hazy. And well, two things. I was going to take the drone out with me, and decided not to because it's been gusty as heck out here. And now that I'm out riding, it doesn't seem so bad. It must have been right at my house or something. But anyway, I had several different plans of things to do today, and it's Memorial Day, and I'm just like Kelly and I do most of the time on the weekends. We just let whatever happen. Oh, it's beautiful through here. Dang. Jeez, as low as that was, did you hear the very, very, very light touch? What happens is your front sinks while the frame is still going over. That's why you gotta go real slow. It sinks, and when the suspension compresses, boom, it hits those tall speed bumps. I think I've told you guys that probably about 10-15 times now, haven't I? God, all the birthday parties we had out here, it's pretty amazing. Tons of them. We'll just stop here a second and well, how about we park in a parking spot or something, or at least look like I'm parking in a parking spot. I don't see anything that says no parking here. We'll just keep the helmet on here for a second. What is it with me? I just must have this mental block about freaking side stands. When I jump from one bike to the next, I lose my mind over it. Anyway, it was just a key fob on that thing. Batteries are dead. Yeah, several of you guys said, check your batteries. So I checked the batteries. And yeah, they're good. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, I did actually have something in mind to talk to you guys about, is how I'm going to communicate with you guys during the trip. As you guys know, the last 2 years have done that. We've had very little to no. I mean, at the cabins we stayed at in 2014, there was no cell, no nothing. So, I go days and days and you guys don't hear from me, see from me. But anyway, one of the things I'm going to use this year, well, too, is, one of the ones that's easier to use is Beam. It's a B-E-M-E. And I'm sure you younger crowd know all about this thing. Hey, don't be looking at my text. I caught your eyeball on it. So Beam. It's very, very easy. It's now available for Android as well. And to make it work, you simply either hold your hand over the light sensors. It's the sensors that, like when you put the phone up to your ear, the screen goes out. Well, as soon as you put that up, it starts to record. So, I'll show you something here right quick. So, during the trip, I'll be able to use Beam just like this and give you an update. Look at this beautiful lake in Toledo, Washington. Now, it's going to send that. It says updating. It immediately goes up. I think you have like 10 seconds. So, if you follow me on Beam, B-E-M-E, I think you can search by my name, Shawn Smoak, but my username is Shawn F-Z-R, as in Frank Zebra Robert. And the same thing with, I have that in photo sharing. But with Instagram, I think you can take up to a minute now, can't you? Oh, it freaks me out because Instagram's got a different logo. But I can do the same thing with Instagram. I can take little videos. But the Beam is real easy to use. And and it just uploads. There's nothing to do to it. It just uploads. And anyway, so you guys will be able to kind of follow along as I'm on the ride. And what I was thinking about doing is every time we stop someplace, all I could do is just stick the phone to my chest, put my hand over it like I just did, and just do a quick video and say, hey, I'm in wherever. We're having a great time, or, you know, just give you little updates. I know Snapchat, you can do stories, but the stories are only good for, what, 24 hours or something like that? And then they go away. So if you guys, you know, don't follow them on a regular basis, it's gone. The beam thing is there until you watch it. So it doesn't expire in 24 hours. It's just a live video. And if you haven't watched them in a while, it'll just keep going and go from one video to the next. And so, you know, it'll get you all up to date. Like, say you're, you know, 3 days late into looking at them, whatever, what have you, you can just watch and it'll just go through the whole deal. And of course, the Instagram is forever as long as I leave it posted on my thing. So, I'll probably play with both, but with Instagram, you know, I got to post it and everything else. But the cool thing about Instagram is I can also share the thing on, you know, you can tag it to share on Facebook and stuff like that as well. So I'm not sure what I'll use, but as I promised the last 2 years I was going to do this, I didn't. So I am absolutely going to do this, and this kind of goes along with the promise I've made. I haven't answered all of you guys back, but several of you guys here, jeez, I was in like 5th gear. Several of you guys have mentioned you want me to break away and do my own vlogs instead of hanging with the you know, the group vlog that we do. So I'm gonna do that as well. What do you think of that? Oh. I'm telling you, here lately I've been riding so many motorcycles. That's the starter button. This is a horn, you know, and the turn signal's missing. So when we get BMWs in, BMWs, they're like bizarre as hell with their turn signals. And they do a similar thing with the, you know, left and right being separated. It's amazing to people that don't like that. I absolutely love that setup. Wow, that thing is steep. And this last one, I don't think there is a shallow spot to go across. They usually leave a hole in these things. But I don't know how many times I've talked about this one and then drove right up on it and went bang and hit it anyway. Here's kind of a shallow spot right here. Anyway, the one other thing I wanted to talk about related to Yellowstone 2016 is drone footage. Triple X Deadhead and I are both taking our drones, and whether you guys know it or not, you can't fly in a national park. So we're kind of, you know, bantering back and forth. You know, will you bring yours in? You know, maybe we'll bring one and we'll share the thing. You know, and you know, find some place we can fly them. But the fact is, if you're in a national forest anywhere in the United States, you cannot fly that thing. Now, you see all the people that do, you know, all the videos, they clearly do it. But, you know, it's pretty easy to find me, considering I actually use my real name on my videos. And I'm not shy at all about showing my license plate. I don't worry about that kind of piddly crap. I mean, what do I'm not some, you know, I'm not hiding anything. Lord knows, been enough of you come driving up to my house and freak the hell out of me. I don't know who the hell you are. You sure get a welcoming party from my dogs, though. And you guys know who you are. Somebody made it up there and left me a note on that little red shed. And that note must have been there 6 months or better, because only the writing that was wedged in the little windowsill was legible, but there wasn't enough to make anything out. The paper was bleached white everywhere else. Even the little lines, it was those little, you know, the little spiral notepads. Even those little lines were gone. Just bleached complete. Oh, look at that, a black cat going across the road. Doesn't count because it didn't go across my road. Whoa, that thing was solid. Solid black. That is not good. So, but with all the fishing gear laying there on the side of the road. So I know I take this whole road area loop a lot, but I think I'm going to do that today. So I get a text. Here, I'm going to lose the story again. I get a text from Rob, my salesman, up in Lacey, Washington, up in the Olympia area, actually just on the other side of Olympia from me. And he says, I'm at Betty's place. Where are you? Well, I see the note about, I don't know what it's been now, 2 hours. I must have been outside with Kelly and never heard my phone going off or anything. And not only sent, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 texts, and the last one was a beautiful picture of my old Road King up at Mount St. Helens. Him and his, oh, Betty's place was that little restaurant where that cop was pulling out. It's a famous little restaurant. Anybody that rides up here eats at Betty's place. Fantastic burgers. And other things there too. They're notorious for their burgers. But I completely missed him. And hell, I haven't even had a chance to even text him back and apologize for missing him. But him and his wife they came all the way down here to go to Mount St. Helens. And ate at Betty's place, and I missed him. He says, well, we had a fantastic lunch, we're heading home now. And then he sends me a picture. And I'm like, wow, that sucks. So anyway, with the drone, I don't know that I'm going to be brave enough to fly that thing out there. So I don't know what we're going to do. Obviously, I'm not going to fly it near any of the major monuments, because you get busted. I mean, that's a federal offense. At the very least, I'm going to get my drone taken from me. I don't want any freaking part of that. So, that's that. That was the 2 topics. Social media during the trip that I promise I'm going to do this time. And, also, a little bit of info on the drones. Because that'll be fantastic. The different places we stop, you know, you can fly around, do different goofy things, but inside Yellowstone, you're flirting with disaster lifting that thing off the ground. And who knows, you know, they may have equipment to sense that thing in the air. I know you guys have seen these videos where people flying around national parks, they've helicopters try to knock them, you know, blow them out of the air, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there on the internet of people getting busted flying in national parks. You don't want to be messing with that crap. I don't know where that one guy was flying up the river there. I think he was in Canada, but shows me he survives the helicopter attacks. So they're worried about this helicopter flying over people rafting down this river. But it's okay to swoop down with a freaking helicopter and try to blow a quad out of the air to force it down on those people? Yeah, you just have to wonder. Simply boggles the freaking mind. I will definitely get some drone footage. Whether I'm going to fly. I was about to say, there's my dog coming at me right now. And right here's where it ends. Now, I can play dumb and just say, oh, I didn't realize this was dead end road. But, you know, when the sign says dead end, you know, you get some grumpy old man that doesn't like you on the seedy looking black motorcycle wearing black helmet and whatnot. They can get pretty angry at you. But you know what? It doesn't say private road. Ain't nothing saying I can't come down here. Now see this thing here, it says private road, private lane. Like my dirt road. You're not gonna get shot for going down there, but it's not like it's posted private property, but it's one step below it. When there's a private lane, it's pretty much telling you stay the hell out. They don't want you down here. So anyway, on this beautiful day, on the Iron 883, feet on the back pegs, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu for today. So I appreciate you coming along for this little goof off run on the old iron. So I appreciate you guys coming along. And any thoughts or anything about the social media or drones and whatnot for Yellowstone, that box is down below. And if you enjoyed this, I know it was a slow goof off ride, but hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. But I asked for you to say, give me a comment, but nobody has yet. Still get the thumbs down. But it'd be nice if you let me know why. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that little red button. Go perusing around my playlist. There's all kinds of stuff. Which, by the way, one more quick thing. I'm going to make a playlist for the different bikes. I'm going to have the Iron 883, the Road King, the Street Glide, the DR. So it'd make it easier for you to watch all Iron, all Street Glide, all Road Glide, all Indian, whatever. I'm going to start making playlists for the bikes I ride to make it easier for you to watch. So if you're into irons, here pretty soon you're going to have a playlist for just the iron and whatever other bike. So thank you guys very much. We'll see ya. Bye bye now.